Ladies and gentlemen, we have a spectacular fight in the lightweight division just announced. It's such a shame that the BMF belt is already taken up by Max Holloway, because this fight is a BMF fight in the truest sense of the word. Justin Gaethje, Dan Hooker, 5-round co-main event, UFC 313. Now, this is just a delight. You know that when a fight like this is announced, it's just going to be violence. Like, there's some contests, some fighters, styles that when they clash, it's just going to be fireworks. There's so much hype and anticipation for a reason, because when these two meet, neither of these fighters back down from a firefight. It's actually what they're known for and what we have grown to love them both so much for. So when you see an announcement like this, it's just a dream. It's just a fight fan's dream, because like I said, it's going to be a barn burner. Both guys in, different spots of their career now. Justin Gaethje coming off a very tough loss against, like I said, Max Holloway for that BMF strap. Justin Gaethje never been stopped like that. The guy's been TKO'd before, but has never been slept like that. And just in general, took a lot of damage over that 25 minutes. So yeah, Justin Gaethje is in a tough spot, and to see him come back into a fight where, even if he wins, he's going to be taking some damage. Yeah, it's a really, really interesting spot, I think, for Justin Gaethje. On the other side, Dan Hooker, the guy is revitalized, turned his career around at lightweight now. I think 3 on the trot against good competition. And at a point, we thought Dan Hooker was done, completely over the hill. But his last performance in particular, and the Jalen Turner fight, he's had some amazing results where he has just shown his heart and spirit, had to dig deep. Like his last fight against Gamrot, to fight at a pace like that and be coming on so strong in the 3rd round, it's wild, man. Like, the guy showed his spirit. He loves to fight. You saw that corner footage of him. It's just Dan Hooker. It's who he is. He's a warrior, and his favorite place to be is slinging leather in the UFC octagon. His fight with Dustin Poirier, I think, will go down as, in my mind, one of the greatest fights of all time. We talk about slugfests, barn burners, what we got to witness in the Apex during COVID, no crowd. Those two left everything out there, and really, it's a fight that takes, not like forget your career. It's a fight that takes years off your life. Like, Dan Hooker took a lot of damage that night. Like I said before, it's just his style. He's so live by the sword, die by the sword. It's why we love watching him. Not great for their health, him or Justin Gaethje, because they are both so much like that, So there is a lot of hype coming into a matchup like this. And I'm so glad we have the 5 rounds to work, because stylistically, looking at this fight, Dan Hooker is going to be on Gaethje, pressing the pace, teeps, leg kicks, long-range punches. He'll be looking for those knees, I think, as well. The amount that Justin Gaethje dips his head when throwing power punches, yeah, I think Dan Hooker will be looking for those knees up the middle. That's a great weapon of his, and yeah, he is so nasty with those. He has such good timing, range, and tempo with just finding that shot, that I can see a knee landing up the middle here. But on the other side, how's that going to clash with Gaethje? Because Gaethje will let himself get backed into a corner, but he is swinging. Even though he lost that Holloway fight and lost the majority of it, lost most of the minutes, the way that he, gets backed into the corner, like I said, how dangerous he still is there. Max Holloway had to respect that, because if Gaethje lands on you in a position like that, he throws everything into those punches, and Dan Hooker has to be very careful about getting his head off the center line, because Gaethje hits like a truck. And yes, he's not the most technical boxer or striker, but the way he throws everything into those punches, you know, you've seen the results. What he did to James Vick, Edson Barboza, Tony Ferguson, like Cowboy Cerrone. You go down the list, you look at his performances, and he's put a lot of damage on people with those power punches. So I can definitely see both guys having success. I think Justin Gaethje hits harder strike for strike, but Dan Hooker is a bit sneakier in his setups. And yeah, like I said, just a bit more variation in his strikes, has those knees and the kicks, especially stuff up the middle. Yes, Justin Gaethje has that beautiful uppercut, but I think just visualizing how the fight could look, Dan Hooker, I can see a lot of success. Knees, uppercuts, teeps, long range stuff. Because, like I said, Justin Gaethje dips that head a lot and is coming off a very brutal KO. Let me know what you guys think about this matchup because, wow, this is what we dream about as fight fans. Like I said, you know, 5 rounds, co-main event, call it the King of Violence title, BMF, whatever you want. These guys are going to go to war for all of us to enjoy. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, I would really, really appreciate it, and we will chat soon.